Hello everyone, welcome to Academia Watercolor, and today we are going to paint candy cane. So here I'm going to start with raw umber. I'm going to paint the shadow first. I difuminated very well toward the center of the cane. That's where I'm going to put the highlight. Now I'm going to use burnt umber and difuminate it very well as well. And now I'm going to mix Prussian blue with a bit of raw umber. And here it's just Prussian blue. Here as well Prussian blue with a bit of raw umber. And on the other side as well, but I use more blue here. And now with the same mix of Prussian blue and raw umber, I'm going to make the shadow a bit darker. Here I'm adding more burnt sienna. And here as well more burnt sienna. And now I'm going to use a mix of raw umber and light red. And after I just add to this mix some indigo and going to put the shadow to make it darker again. So here the first layer of shadows is ready, and now I'm going to move to the red parts of the cane. Using just my favorite vermilion color, I'm going to cover all the red parts. And now with permanent red, I'm going to work on the shadows, difuminating them very well. I think that the shadow still isn't dark enough, so I'm going to use bright clear violet to make it darker. It's still not dark enough for me, so I'm going to use more permanent red with Hawker's green. So I get touch brown cold color and I'm adding it to the shadow. And now again with bright clear violet working on the shadows. At this moment I'm not happy at all with my painting. I'm about to throw it away to the trash bin, but I think we all sometimes have this stage. Here using the mix of permanent red and Hawker's green. And now with permanent red, let's make the red parts a bit more intense. Now I'm going to outline this cane. I'm using now burnt sienna with ultramarine deep. And after I'm going to difuminate a bit the outline. And if you see that a red color of the cane mixes with other colors, it's totally fine, don't worry about this. Like here it happened with my painting, it's okay. And now using white gouache, I'm already going to put highlight because it will make the painting look much better. So I can't wait to see how it looks like with the highlight. So I'm going to do it right now. I'm not going to wait until the end. So now with permanent red, I'm going to define a bit the red parts so they look better and brighter. And now on the left you can see what I'm using to control the water on my brush, to dry a bit my brush. I'm sorry guys, I was just in that painting process. I had a lot of inspiration, so I didn't have time to go to take another paper towel. So here using violet color, I'm adding more shadow. And now with this mix of indigo and brown, it can be really actually any brown. You can use burnt umber or you can use Van Dyke brown. I'm going to outline this part of the cane and difuminate it as well a bit. Now with white gouache I'm going to highlight this part of the cane as well. more highlights, more and more and more. Now with a clean brush I'm going to difuminate a bit more the outline because I decided that it's too bright. And now let's start with the bow. I'm going to use first orange color, and after to the center of the bow I'm adding more vermilion, as well as here I'm adding more vermilion, so the part of the highlight has that orange color, and the part of the shadow is going to have vermilion. And after, obviously, we're going to make the shadows much darker. It's just the first layer. And here I'm using vermilion. And the center I'm going to cover it with vermilion. Now I'm mixing permanent red with Hawker's green, and with this color I'm going to cover the inside part of the bow. Now I'm going to mix vermilion with Hawker's and cobalt blue to get that dark color, and after I'm going to here it's important to difuminate well and to have a good control of the water on the brush. Here I'm using bright clear violet. And here I'm mixing bright clear violet with a bit of red violet and with Hooker's gray. I just need to get some super dark color here, so you actually can mix any colors you want, but I would recommend to have here some like dark violet. So now I want the shadows of the bow to be even darker. I'm adding more green to that violet color that I have on my palette, and I'm making darker the shadows. And now with Rose Madder, I'm going to add shadow to the center of the bow. Now with some brown color, I'm going to outline a bit the bow as well. Now adding a bit more vermilion color to the bow. And keep outlining. And now using this blue color from my palette, I'm going to add the shadow under the bow. And now again my favorite part, highlights with white gouache. I'm also going to paint some white lines on the bow. As gouache is water-based paints as well, you can difuminate it like you do with watercolor. It's a bit more difficult, but you can do it. So that's what I'm going to do. With the highlights on the bow, I'm going to difuminate them a bit. Here I'm painting the white lines. And now it's ready. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you don't have time to paint, you may find my Christmas card collection in my Etsy shop so you can download and print them, as well as outlines of some of my paintings. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer. See you next time. Bye.